Greetings. I hope everybody's having a wonderful night. Checking in again. Thank you for tuning in to Daniel's Podcast Show YouTube channel on TikTok. Well, you know, I was just reading through a lot of the comments, and one thing that's true about social media that if you try to, couch your message to please people, you will compromise the value of what you're saying, or the key to what you're trying to communicate. So what I'm saying is, I don't get bent out of shape if people disagree with me. And I know my last video I was talking about the election, the national election, and even some of the local elections. Because again, let me reiterate that I'm not trying to tell nobody who to vote for. My position, and let me just say this clear, my position, whoever you vote for, whether it's the Vice President Kamala Harris or former President Donald Trump, you should have enough sense to say, let me do some research to know exactly on who I am getting behind and voting for and supporting for the next president of the United States. Now, let's face it again, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but we need to check the record. And the record of each candidate, to me, should guide you or talk to your inner self on why it's important for you to select the candidate. When President Barack Obama became president-elect, I don't know if a lot of y'all remember, theirs was people saying, I remember one particular interview, that you cannot claim racism in America anymore. I'm paraphrasing, that might not be the actual quote, but interesting enough, that particular saying, I'm writing that in my book, my personal autobiography, because I want people to see when President Obama took office. Yes, we as black people was happy because we was like the first black president, hope, change you can believe in. But do you really think that it wasn't some behind the scenes, things happening to ensure or make sure that President Barack Obama would not be successful, number one, and number two, that even though the people was invested in him at the time, believing that now change had come, we witnessed almost the next day an increase, or at least with the phone we were seeing the police shoot down young black men in America. I think Trayvon Martin happened around that time, and in here in the Bay Area, we had, of course, Oscar Grant. Mario Woods shot 26 times by the San Francisco Police Department. I was a part of that Mario Woods coalition that fought for justice on the front line for Mario Woods. So I'm not, I know, a lot of people want to comment, and a lot of people want to act as if they can pick apart, your message. And I don't want to get into no mental martial arts because I know a little bit about that. But I'm saying it's okay. Calm the hell down. Because at the end of the day, if you don't like what someone is saying or a position someone is taking, then you post your own video. You go do your own research, do your own deep dive, and you come back and defend a candidate or both candidates. I'm not telling you again to vote for either candidate. I've never told no one to vote for Kamala Harris or Donald Trump or Joe Biden. What I'm saying, an intelligent vote is carries more weight and to me makes sense for us to understand who we're getting behind. And when I bring up like the black agenda, which I don't know why nobody want to talk about a black agenda, it puzzles me. I mean, everyone else have an agenda. I don't think the Jewish community is just allowing anybody to come to them and get their endorsements and they support or financial support. They want to know, what is your position on Israel? So stop it, my people. And some of us don't think we connect. We are connected. Let the police get behind you. And I guarantee you, they're going to see what I see. I hope I see someone who's in love with themselves. I got a book here because now you done made me go back to my library. A lot of lies in the berry. This is called The American Negro Revolution. And then at the back it says, from nonviolence, this is the subtitle, to Black Power. Now I like that part. From nonviolence to Black Power. But this title at the top, I cannot say I am happy to see us identify a revolution as the American Negro Revolution. What's the difference? You see, a Negro revolution is really not a revolution at all. Because a Negro revolution, you ask for permission. A Negro revolution, you're politically correct. A Negro revolution, there's no love for self and kind. It's always somewhere back in your subconscious thinking, well, how will massa feel? See, and we have to resist and we have to fight against Negro revolutions. You know and I know that our issues as a people and what we've been going through here in America is beyond politics. This is why reparations, really in this time, reparations is appropriate. Because whether it's nationally with HR 40, whether it's statewide in whatever state you currently reside in, whether it's locally, the pain and suffering and the past harms that have been displayed to the Black communities here in America can never be repaid by you putting someone in a position. The United States of America is a corporation. So the CEO, President of the United States, is over a corporation. That's not going to solve our problem. Black people got an ID problem. Number one, when I say Black people, there'll be many of you out there saying, well, I don't identify as Black. Okay, that's one of the problems. Some of us want to identify with territories. Some of us want to identify with our gangs. Some of us want to identify with our cities. Some of us want to identify with our frat brothers, our sorority sisters. Why is it that we find a way to divide ourselves? Because again, we in the American Negro Revolution. We need to cross over. Remember Allen Iverson? Cross it over, baby. Cross it over into a real revolution. Malcolm X said, revolution begins in the mind. So I challenge myself and each and every one of you. Let's look a little deeper into what we stand for. Because if you want to know something about me, just do a Google search. I'm not just talking and I'm not throwing roses on myself, but I'd be damned if I got to prove who I am. I'm far from being a person who won't stand by the words that he utters among the public. I mean what I say and I say what I mean. Peace and blessings. Thank you for listening.